Now let's take a closer look at tonight's developments in Israel. We are joined once again by Daniel Levy, who has been an advisor to the Israeli government and is now director of the Middle East Task Force at the New America Foundation. Daniel, good to see you again. What concessions were made to Ehud Barak to get him to join this new government?
Well, very little by way of the policy positions of the new government, perhaps something in the economic arena, but most of that was negotiated with labor unions already. What was given was jobs. Ehud Barak gets to continue as defense minister. His close associates in the Labour Party will also be ministers. Essentially, this was Tammany Hall politics, power, patronage, jobs. Nothing really on the ideological or peace front.
I think for many Americans, the question is, given today's news, what can we expect next in the peace process?
Exactly what you could have expected before the Labour Party took this vote and before Labour joined a government. Ostensibly, Prime Minister-designate Benjamin Netanyahu is now able to suggest to the international community that he has a less hardline, less extreme government, although the hardline members are still part of the government. Barak and Labour may moderate him slightly when it comes to Palestinian-related issues, but it also means that Netanyahu perhaps has a fig leaf now when he does nothing on peace, if he does nothing on peace, by having Labour with him. So I think very little has changed. Anything that happens in the next period will almost certainly be a result of developments and policies promoted by Washington, not by the local actors, and that stays the same.
Well, try to help us understand how someone like Ehud Barak, who is seen as left of center, could form a coalition with Benjamin Netanyahu, who is seen as very conservative when the centrist Kadima party couldn't.
Well, I think it's very simple. Kadima stood on principle and Labour didn't. Ehud Barak is very controversial inside Labour. What happened today is the half of the Labour Party that was really ready to work in any government, and Labour has for the last decade, basically said, if the price is right, we will be in any government whatsoever. Half of the party said, enough of that, it's killing the Labour Party, and almost half voted against, and most of the members of Knesset, the parliament members of Labour, voted against. Ehud Barak has been a strange fish in the Labour Party ever since he joined from the army. So I think there's not a lot of ideology going on here, and one doesn't have to look too deeply in terms of ideology. Madam Livni, the head of Kadima, basically said to Netanyahu, if you don't say two states, we're not joining. Ehud Barak did not make that demand. He got his jobs and he's joined.
Where does this leave Tzipi Livni, the Kadima party leader?
On the one hand, it makes it more difficult for her. The opposition is smaller, and she will have more of a fight inside her own party explaining why not to go in. On the other hand, she now looks even stronger as a principled politician who wasn't willing to just go for jobs, and she will have half of the Labour Party supporting her.
Daniel Levy, as always, we appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.